Hi there, everyone. This is DinoSasha here, and welcome back to another review. And today we're gonna take a look at the figure. It is the Papo 2012 Young Woolly Mammoth. Now, or Juvenile Woolly Mammoth specifically. Now, Woolly Mammoth is a genus of is an extinct species of mammoth and a genus of members of the elephant that lives in the Middle Pleistocene to Late Holocene, about 0.40 to 0.0037 million years ago, what is known as North America and Siberia, or closest to known as the North Asia, for specifically. Now, the heights were only about 2.7 and 3.4 meters, or specifically 8.9 and 11.2 feet long, and weight is up to 6 metric tons, or 6.6 metric tons. Well, specifically for a male, but the females around weight and length heights are much smaller. Now, woolly mammoths are the only species of extinct genus of the elephant family, so that's why they consisted of the entire time. Young mammoths, on the other hand, has many descended that they have a small size. However, they're really uncompared to an adult mammoth because of its fight against predators, and instead, they're just running away because of their vulnerable size. And also, they live alongside with a bison, deer, a rhino, and even other creatures are based on. But this taxonomy that looks like an Adam's mammoth because of their different resultation. Now, the woolly mammoths, our closest ancestor is the elephants, or specifically Asian elephants. Now, let's talk about the sculpt on this little fella. It looks adorable. The sculpt looks nice. I generally like the sculpt on this young one, this juvenile woolly mammoth, because this is really nice on the sculpt because it looks adorable. It looks nice. I like that because do you remember my old review on this figure? So I decided to remake this. So this video about the young mammoth, it looks nice. I like it adorable because I like the adorable mammoth so much because it's part of my dreams. And the pose is like walking pose. It looks like it was go for its mother. And yes, I remember the mammoths with the closest ancestor for the mastodons, gomphotheriums, stegodonts, African elephants, and paleoloxodon, and basically descend from an elephant species. Well, and there's one more thing about that. The details. It looks really smooth to me because almost as usual, this is a really nice elephant design of this creature. So, color scheme. The color scheme are brown, which is really designable with this. Also, it is completely brown to what a figure will look like. And the eyes look adorably black and little white tusks, I think. And yes, I think you noticed that my mammoth's copulations between these two species that are not recurring towards what it looks like. And yes, this is a really cute mammoth, and I think it's a young descent from it, which seems to be more a grown-up. Now, so talk about the accuracy. This is a young mammoth for sure. It could be a child of a fully grown mammoth. So let's take a ruler. So let's give this a measure. So in terms for the length of the tip of the tail, always tip of the snout. Also, it is only reaching at about approximately 4.5 inches, which is only at closest size. We're about 11 centimeters, and a height, which is the top of the head, we're looking at about 3 inches, which is only at about 7 centimeters. Now, for a comparison, I'm going to bring some other animals that will compare in size. Here's some other mammals from the companies that I have. Here's with the Pyrenees brown bear, which is a comparable size for this bear-like predator, because the Pyrenees bear has an event size because they're both on the same length. Now, here's with the Safari LTD 2015 hippo, or hippopotamus. I think this is a really concern that this length is towering the size. Now, for another comparison, here's the Calicte, approximately Procon baboon. Yeah, a male baboon for specifically. Yeah, basically that identify this. It's a really reconstructed what the baboons look like. And for our final comparison, I'm gonna bring up some bigger ones. here's with my adult woolly mammoth. Now, compared to a young one, I guess this adult one is a bit larger because of its like a parent and one's is an offspring. And yes, identify this mammoth as a big figure. And for my rating, well, I'll give it 9 out of 10 because it looks nice. Well, most people made a review sometime, but the only review on that is the Roaring Smilodon lives alongside with the adult version. Well, I basically notified that this animal is in fact a very nice animal indeed. And yes, I've rarely mentioned before because this is an expense figure. But basically, I love it. So I'm gonna bring it back to an adult mammoth, so it's really nice to be a family. Here is and we can bring back my adult mammoth, and basically to returnation of the child. So I will make it to today. I'll make it to that young man. Do you remember that? I remember I'm making the Dinosaur World creature spot of a woolly mammoth because facing against a prehistoric type of bear. So, when I'm playing a baboon, as plays as Dinopithecus, is portrayed to be a baboon, and a prehistoric hippo, which is portrayed as a safari ordinary hippo, and a prehistoric bear, which is was portrayed as another extinct species of bear, and basically it's basically the sign of what animals look like. And yes, I remember when that mammoth video for the last time, and basically I have goods for that. So the next review will be something else on a saber-tooth. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications, and leave a comment below. And I hope you see you for another review about the Safari LTD 2004 Smilodon, or saber-tooth tiger. Goodbye, everyone, and see you next time.